All right, guys. Thank you again for joining Sacred Para. I am hoping that this is better. I have my Wi-Fi off, so I'm hoping that I'm not blurry. Let's see here. I'm going to call Life in Daldom, and of course, yes, fingers crossed. So many people are on here, so maybe that's. Hello, am I still blurry?
No, you're not, am I?
Yay! Okay, you look great too.
Yes.
My mom said better. Okay, good. So I think we're giving out some really good tips here. That's why we're getting blurred. But what we were saying, hello, husband, is just that you guys, when you're doing your photos and it doesn't come out the way that you expect it, really just go with the flow. Yeah. Because you can really get some good photos and dialogue out of those happy accidents.
Yes.
Because when you look at Jolene, she's feeling jaded, she's hurt, which, like I said, any woman would be. And the emotional reaction would be probably to get violent with them. You know, if she's already gotten violent with her.
Rowan.
I know, I feel so bad for Rowan.
I know.
I feel so bad for her in this storyline.
I think her and Mark
like you've created someone who's just
soon.
You know, she's just so like, she's so gullible, yeah. You know, and she really does like him. And you can tell that like maybe she's been hurt before and she's just let all her walls down and she's, you know, accepting him in. Oh, I was hoping he was a spy. I was like, I really hope he's a spy. And, and then when I found out about Jolene, I was like,
nope, he's just crazy.
I would rather he be a spy than a cheater. I'm so upset.
I know. He's such a my kid thinks that he is such a good looking male doll. She's like, oh, you got to work him in, but I'm like, I don't know. He's the bad guy now.
He is like. And then when he said he went and got donuts, and he went and got breakfast, I was like,
no, you didn't.
Oh wow, like really? And the crazy thing is, I was like, well, maybe possibly he did get some breakfast, but then I was like, no, he was with Jolene. Like, you know, that whole aspect. Wow. And I'm still trying to figure out what was it that he even called her for. You know, he just keeps doing this roller coaster with her, which is why what you did with her grabbing him behind the neck was so realistic.
Yes. Because honestly, the whole thing that was going to happen was he was like, the storyline was going to be, he was like, dude, leave me alone. You know, I'm trying to be happy. You lost your mind. Just stay away, you know? And it didn't end up that way. And then it, you know, it got a little dramatic and, but it worked.
And I really do. I like where you went with that. So I'm looking forward to what goes on in Patrick's world. And unfortunately, you know, how Jolene is being, you know, straight along. I mean, not Jolene. Well, Jolene is being straight along, and so is Rowan. But yeah. I really feel for Rowan. I really do, because she is such a, you know, you've created like a really nice, sweet character right there. And you can't help but feel bad for her.
I know.
You know?
I know. She'll be okay, though. She's strong. She's got a good friends around her, so.
Yeah. But yeah. So I think what we're looking for right now is like, we know he's going to get caught up. It's just not knowing how it's going to happen.
I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So we'll see how it plays out.
Oh, but you've done really, really well with how you've, you know, really taken on that character, especially with Jolene, because when you first introduced her, I really didn't know how she was going to fit in.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I really didn't know how, but you have this wonderful magic of taking your characters and really allowing them to bond together. And I mean, like, it's a nice magical touch that you have that allows each one of your characters, even with your new characters, you know, because we were used to Margot and Hazel, and, you know, and when you brought in Grandpa, well, not great grandpa, but when you brought in Grandpa Cy, it was like, Right. But then he has such a great personality about himself. It's like, you can't take him out now. He's an integral part of Daldom's community.
Right.
And so you're able to do that. And so I believe that that's like a really unique touch that you have. And I like how you weave them into your story. Yeah, I like how you weave them in. Now we talked about Rose because, well, actually Jolene and Rose are connected because they're friends.
Yeah, I think I brought it up that they had gone to college together between like a conversation with Caleb and her.
Yes.
But they were like sorority sisters or something. So,
Okay.
but I'm going to touch more on that so I can just clear it up a bit more because I know it was probably like, how do they know each other? But yeah.
Now I still have a question. When Caleb first saw Rose, he kind of had like a celebrity reaction to her.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm still trying to like understand where that came from because I was like, who is she? And then I found out she was a college student. So I was like, okay, well then, how does he know about her? So is that still like a mystery?
Oh, Rose. It was. Do you know? Okay, Wayne's World. When he sees Cassandra and like everything is all shiny, like that was his moment with Rose. So it was like the
Okay.
Dreamweaver. Is that the sequence? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was their one.
Okay. I got you now because I was just like, what is it about her?
Oh no, she's not famous. She's just the girl next door, and yeah.
But famous to him. Famous to him. So now with Rose also, she has a boutique. For anybody who may not know, she does have a boutique.
Yes.
And so I know that we had spoke last time and you were like, well, I didn't get a chance to bring up about her boutique and the significance of it. So if you would like.
Oh yeah. There's so many talented people in the doll community, and
Yes.
I've gotten purchase items and things like that. And I was just trying to think of a very creative way to kind of showcase the people who take all the time to do that. So like Mandy Couture's, I've done it. It's kind of like, I would say kind of like a commercial break, as bad as that sounds, but like, I just want to take a second, talk about the person and the piece that they're wearing and how you can find it while slipping it into a dialogue. So just to kind of lift up people and show support.
And I like how you do that because you just did that recently.
Yeah.
Well, prior to the birthday party, we see Jolene go to Rose's boutique.
Right.
And there's a customer. Yeah, there's a customer who's who's purchasing, I think, a sweater.
Yes.
And you had stated that it came from Mandy's boutique. I mean, well, from Mandy's Doll Couture.
Mandy's Doll Couture, yes.
Yes. And so I liked how that was, it promoted her business and at the same time still allowed you to be able to keep on going.
Yeah. Everybody just means so much. There's so many talented people. And so like, I Made It Better too. She makes some really awesome things, and I love her stuff so much. Actually, Margot's wearing one right now. Her little coat.
Oh yes.
So cute.
Yes, and she also, I Made It Better too, also sold the wedding party dresses.
Did. Oh my goodness, I cried.
Including the wedding dress, correct?
Yes, hand sewed every piece, and it was beautiful. She made the wedding come true, so I couldn't have done it without her. She knows how much I love her.
We all do. She's very precious and she's very talented. So if you ever need any kind of sewing done for your dolls, anything of that nature, definitely check out I Made It Better too, as well as Mandy's Doll Couture. And Mandy's Doll Couture has a separate page because actually Mandy has two other pages. That's Ash Harbor.
So talented.
Yes. Ash Harbor Stories. And then, of course, all the sewing that she does with crocheting is on a separate page. Yes. So check out those pages in case you need any of your doll needs provided, or if they have any needs, you can go to them. They have those needs provided. And Mandy also makes baby clothes.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
She makes baby clothes.
Yes.
And so she's doing stuff for Ruby. Cute little stuff for Ruby. Well, I Made It Better too has done stuff for Ruby.
Yes. Oh yeah. She's a lot of her little outfits and her wedding outfit. Mandy, the yellow blanket that Ruby always has, that's from Mandy. She sent that to us after Ruby was born, which was so sweet.
Yes, she is. She is. So, and that's what you've always done. Even prior to Rosa's store, she has always said on the bottom of the storyline where all of the clothing items have come from, where the baby even, was developed at.
Oh gosh, that woman is so talented with the ruby sculpting. I'm so sad that I'm like, I have to find a bigger baby because, Ruby needs to grow, but I love baby Ruby so much. So.
Yes, and actually I've recently connected with her myself, so I'm looking forward to getting a little baby. Yes, because my arcade character is pregnant, so I'm like, eventually she has to have the baby. So yeah, and I've learned about her primarily through your page, and I love the factor being that you have the one that's sleeping and the one that's awake. Such a genius idea.
I actually have 4.
Really?
Yes, I have a sleeping one, I have a happy one, I have a sad pouty face one, and then there's one that you can fit a bottle into, but she also looks like she's crying. So
smart idea.
I was like, oh, I can't have just one face, I have to have a couple. So
that is such a smart idea. I like that. So there you go. That's a storyline idea. I'm picking it up. I'm going to pick it up too because that's such a great idea. And that's Danny's, I think, OOAK. Yes. I think that's her page.
DANI.
Yes.
Danny Oak, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So talented.
Very much. So if you need any babies, and you can see her work on other pages, but I do know that when it comes to your page, you've always said where you've gotten your, any of the clothing items or, like with Ruby, where she was developed and created at. So I'm glad that you have the store now to further showcase Etsy products.
Yeah, and I was thinking about I might need like a kids clothing store. We'll see. Maybe I'll expand.
Okay. Oh, now if somebody has Etsy stuff, or like if they're sewing clothes, would they contact you, or do you just select different products and then you say, I'm going to put this in Ruby? I mean, not Ruby, but in Rosa's store.
Anything that I purchase, like for my dolls, like I know is like somebody in the doll community, I will make sure that I showcase them and like give them a shout out, how to find them and stuff. But I mean, people are always welcome to contact me because there's a lot of people out there that I don't know that you have an Etsy page and you're out there selling things and stuff. So feel free.
Okay, well, you guys heard it. I enjoy it. Like I said, I always like whenever credit is given. And then it also helps people like myself who are looking for clothes, especially for curvies, to be able to find it.
We'll always have curvy stuff because that's my main gal. So
yes, yes. Now, someone did have a question earlier, and it was on the other live, but they had asked about the doll, and I don't know if they're still on here, but they'd asked about if that was a dollhouse in the background or if it was room boxes. Did you answer that?
I told her it's like a room box, but it's my present that hold on, I'll just show you. It's just a wall.
Oh, yes. Now this is the birthday present, right?
Yes.
Yes. Her husband gifted her with extra space and made all these shelves for her.
I have empty ones up there.
Yes, so that she can put Margot and Daldum's whole town right there.
Yes. So this is the shop right now. And so like this is, I made it Better's items in here. This is Dolls with Love. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Hoodie. So, yeah. Oh, we have this is the new Ruby. Her hair is drying.
Aww.
We've got a bigger Ruby coming out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I like it. That's a beautiful present. Oh. It is. Someone said, oh, that's a beautiful thing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And once again, that talks about support, being able to have that support. We are not in this by ourselves as far as with our hobbies, and it allows both of us, you and your spouse, to be able to grow together. And like you said, being creative and having fun. You don't want to get married and just feel like well, I have my own, he has his own, and everything seems so separate and boring.
Yeah.
I like how you guys are incorporating it together and keeping it fresh, and you guys have stuff to talk about. Like you said, you're sending him texts with pictures. So that's a beautiful thing. It is.
It's amazing. I'm very, very, very blessed. So
Yes. 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 Well, we're going to open up the floor for any questions that you may have or any comments. If you have any questions about the storyline, even, you can ask that. Absolutely, support is a small word with big meaning. Yes, it is.
it is.
So we'll just kind of go through and see if I missed any comments. We have a whole lot of waves. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can ask it right now. I think that's all. So, do you have any questions even about the storyline or any characters? Thank you for the hearts. Well, we thank you guys for joining us this Saturday. I want to let you know, thank you again. Do you have anything that you wanted to expand on?
I don't know. I need to get motivated to take pictures today. So that's what I'm going to do after this is spend some time with my dolls. But I wanted to tell you, I really have been enjoying your photos. Like,
Thank you.
I like the lighting that you're using. It's eye-catching when they pop up. I'm like, ooh, what's this? So
I appreciate that. I really do.
I like it.
What you guys may not, if you caught the first live and you're here with us now, then you already know about her background. But she is, photography is what you do.
Yes.
This is what she went to school for. So for me, I'm very honored when you say that to me. I appreciate that a whole lot because this is, this is your field. So I take that as a huge compliment. I thank you very much.
You're doing amazing.
I really, really do. Like my stomach's all fluttering. Thank you. Oh. Thank you. I do. I appreciate it. And I'm just really, I'm learning along the way like we all are. And it's an enjoyable process. It really is. Someone did ask a question.
Okay, I was going to say, I think I see a question.
What inspires you in your storytelling?
I have always been one to like to tell stories and stuff. I love reading. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what inspires me. It's like things you need to get out of your head. I could never, I admire the people who can write beautiful books and everything, but this is my way of storytelling. I don't know. I hope that answers that, but I just like to tell stories and I like human nature. I like people watching.
Okay.
Creepy.
No. So getting the story out of your head and people watching now, like with someone like Jolene and Patrick, did that come from people watching, or was it just like from?
I don't know. I think Jolene was me wanting to talk, kind of like dabble into mental health a little bit. Just mental health awareness, kind of. So, no, like, really, my daughter really thought Patrick was cute and wanted me to use the doll, and this story kind of came out of nowhere. So, but.
Well, like I said before, you were definitely the queen of cliffhangers. And really just keeping us on our edge of our seat because I thought for sure that he was going to be a spy. And I had set in my mind so much because of the stuff that was on the shelf, I set in my mind that he was a spy. Even when I saw him hanging out with Jolene, I was still like, no.
Well, I think
he's a spy and he's a cheater.
I think it was the spy doll when I bought him, so it works.
It does. It does. Someone asked, what kind, Southern Doll Charm, I apologize. Southern Doll Charm asks, what kind of camera do you use?
I use a Canon. I'm very faithful to Canon, but Nikon, Sony, any of the SLR cameras, they're great. But yeah, I just use a Canon.
So I hope that kind of helped with that question. One more person did ask. Let's see here if I can pull it down. There we go. Do you create stories from real life experiences?
Some are inspired. There was a couple cat stories that we did experience with our cat. Let's see, what else? Ruby's birth was the type of birth I wanted to be able to give, and so not a life experience, but one that I wanted. So, but there are some that have been influenced. Some of the characters are based off of people close to me in my life. So some of their experiences may be something that they've gone through, you know, but is that?
I understand that. And that's really one of the things that you are going to do is pull from your experiences and other people's experiences. Oh, Gloria. And then just kind of, and then just kind of, she was gone. And then just kind of mix it into this compelling storyline. So one of the things that I do like, before we get off, if you guys have not, or if you joined her page a little bit, you know, this year after Ruby was born, you want to go all the way back to when, I mean, you want to go all the way back. Now, if you've noticed, I've gone all the way back to your very beginning.
You did?
Some things. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because I saw when you were doing the photos, and I think you were kind of like playing with who was going to be a couple, and I saw that Margot was, who was she? She was hanging out with, I can't think of his name, but it was Hazel's husband.
I know.
And I was like, but I said, okay, I think that you're just trying to like, you know, because it's like before you even had the storyline going.
Exactly.
So
I
I
remember that picture.
I was like, okay, I think this is just kind of like,
oh yeah,
you know, because as you said that you did your pictures kind of randomly before you decide to do the storyline.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I believe these are just kind of, but I love it. And I love the fun-heartedness. Like you had the girls playing the game that they were, and then one of them got upset, and then they ran off.
She got so upset because she didn't like the game. That was funny. Or my favorite was the Margot in the kitchen with all the kids. And it was like spring break or something. It was just that moment. That's how I felt. I had a bunch of kids at my house, and it was like, this is me right now. So.
Yes, I saw that. That's me all the time. That's me all the time. I saw that one because I was like, where did Margot get all those kids? But yeah, but then I remembered, I was like, okay, these are, you know, your earlier photos.
Yeah.
And then I saw that, you know, like her nephew and stuff. So that was exciting to see. So like I said, if you have time, go back, but definitely go back to the water birth.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Like that's when I really became addicted to your page. It was so detailed between how you had, I showed my mom and everyone. I love how you did that. You just had the, you know, the actual water breaking. And don't tell us how you did it. I just love how you did it. And then just being able to create the scenes of her giving birth in this water pool.
Yeah.
And the support system that she had and the doula that came. I just love it. It was just so beautiful. And then when you told me during the last live, you were like, I took photos like that.
I did.
I
got to see many babies come into the world. So very lucky that way.
And then you took that experience and drew us into it. And so and actually I listened to an instructor today who was talking a little bit earlier. It was like early this morning. I was listening to a teacher, and they were just saying like how all your experiences that you've had, you know, it's all relevant, and that you're going to be able to use it. And so I love how you take, and then that's the beautiful thing about being in this doll community, is that you do get a chance to take all your creative experiences, whether good or bad, and use it whenever you're creating these pictures. Yeah. So I love how I love how you did that, and you could just really feel the passion that was involved. So go back, like I said, if you haven't, go back, and if you have seen it, go back. It was also very inspiring, like for me, on how to be more detailed with my photos. So that's something that I aspire to, because what you did really did set the bar high for for a lot of us.
Well,
It really, really did.
sorry.
It did, but it's so good. That's why you were telling me about the wedding. I was like, oh my God, you got this. Like you,
I was
you,
nervous, like a real wedding jitters. Like,
and it is, but you know, and for someone else, if we were talking to somebody who's not in the community, and we said, oh, I've got to plan this wedding party for my dolls, it just seems like, oh, not a real big deal. But it is literally like planning an actual wedding event. You know, you really do have to have everything set up, and it's all on you for the most part to get it done. So yeah, so it is. It's a lot more work. What is the name of her cat story? Mr. Fluffykins.
yes,
And I will type it right here. And I will also make sure after this live to type in that page name so that you guys can check that out as well. So what we've talked about, I will make sure that that's also typed into the bottom description so that you guys can go back and refer to it. But it is always a pleasure. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing another live together because we always.
I know, talking to you. It's fun.
I love talking to you too. I really do. I always get inspired whenever I talk to you, and then being able to, you know, to read your storyline. Like I said, I am addicted to your page. Like I make sure to go and check out, like, what do you have new going on? What's going on with Margot? Because it's just always really inventive what you have. It is.
Thank you.
It is very detailed. Oh man! So when you get the new Mr. Fluffykins, oh yes, I'm definitely going to be on there.
Yes, I know. We've been talking about maybe doing a double, like the same post, but doll's point of view versus the cat's point of view. So we're going to try and work that out. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's going to be cool.
Yes. So.
That's going to be cool. Yes, yes. I love what you guys are doing. Definitely keep up the good work with it. Keep Mr. Fluffykins going.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like all the time, you know what I mean? Because even like the way that you got to spread apart right now, it still works. But yeah, Mr. Fluffykins, yes, Mr. Fluffykins is my new leader. My husband said Mr. Fluffykins is my new leader. I just know Mr. Fluffykins is hilarious. He is. And like you said, he adds that nice lightheartedness. And he's just like, I don't know how to explain it. He's like a bro friend. You know what I mean? Like he has that kind of personality where he's just like a bro. Like
exactly.
And yes.
I like
yes, in purple.
He is completely unaware that he's actually a cat.
You can tell that he is. You can tell that he is.
He just thinks like, why is not everyone like me? What's going on here?
And I love, now we talked, and this is just really brief, we talked before about that you can't, you know, you're dealing with dolls, you're dealing with something that's plastic, so you're not going to be able to put expression on their face, unless, of course, you use the Face app.
Yeah.
But I love how, with both of you, with your doll community and with Mr. Fluffykins, you're able to give such a personality to them to where you see the expression.
And
Mr. Fluffykins, and you're able to, because he doesn't pose, he's stationary.
He's stiff.
But the way that you're able to move him gives him really good expression.
Brings him to life, which I appreciate you saying.
Yes.
Because sometimes I'm like, does that look weird? Like, so.
The angles that you use, like I recently showed one to Darren, my husband. There was one early on where Donnie had left his toy on the table and Mr. Fluffykins knocks it off.
Yes.
So just like the action that was used right there, although we know that he's not moving because he doesn't have any articulation, but you're able to do it in such a great way.
Yes, he's being a mischievous little cat.
So that also is a tip to someone else who's like, you know what, I'm really not able to get an articulated animal, but I want to involve a pet. How can I do this? Go to the Mr. Fluffykins page and see how you use the angles and how you move him in such a way where it literally looks like he's got expression and he's moving.
I have a term that I tell myself when I'm taking pictures for Mr. Fluffykins, because it is so low to the ground that the dolls stand on. It's photo aerobics. If you're not, hating the pose that you're in to get that photo, then it's not going to turn out. So if you feel like you're in an aerobics class and taking pictures, you're doing the right thing.
That is true. That is true. Like I come back from a photo shoot, especially now being pregnant and having that extra weight.
Oh,
And so from bending or trying to get the right angle, because I use my camera phone. And so like I'll feel pressure afterwards, like on my knees or my back. And it's just from trying to get the phone, trying to get that, trying to get the right angle. And there is so much detail in every scene. There is.
well, I appreciate that.
Yes, yes. We enjoy your work. I'm pretty certain there's some people right now checking out your page in order to see what we're talking about. So again, this is with Life in Dolldom. Definitely check out what new characters that she has, how she's using her mini-me. Rose's Boutique, if you have any need for your doll as far as clothing or just a new baby doll, she features any and every one that she purchases from in her story, and now she's using the boutique for the clothing. And also check out Mr. Fluffykins' page.
Because he's awesome.
Yes, yes, yes. And so we hope that you guys enjoyed this live.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, yes. I thank you. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me.
I love it. I love it. We need to do it more.
Yes, yes, yes. I agree. And you guys have a really good Easter too.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you. We don't really have too much planned. We're probably going to do, we're going to watch church. And we usually have them watch Passion of the Christ. And we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hi, Mandy.
Oh, my goodness. There you are. We were talking about you earlier.
We were.
Yes. Yes. What did he say? What did the snowman say? He was always like, all good things. All good things. I think she went to do that. Yes. There you go. Oh goodness. But yeah, we're actually about to conclude our live, but we just want to tell you guys thank you. You guys have an awesome Easter, however which way that you celebrate it.
Yes.
Be it religious or not religious, it's really up to you. But just enjoy this time and be able to enjoy your craft and your storyline and know that anyone can write. So anyone can write. And so definitely I hope that you guys are able to pick up the tidbits and the nuggets. Sometime this month or next month, I'll probably do another update like I did last week so that I can give you guys the information from my notes that I got. Yeah. But always go back and listen to those videos because there's a lot of different information to help you as you write your storyline.
Yes. Thank you so much for doing this for everybody.
Oh, goodness. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys have a great weekend.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh.